Annyeong everyone. Today I'm here in Hyundai Manila Bay. This is the most affordable Santa Fe you can get in the Philippines right now. And I really like the color white. It just looks so clean. And the front end actually has no problem with everybody. But it's just that when you go to the back, then people they divide in groups wherein you like it or not. But in Korea overall, they call the rear a jar rear. And it just looks like a jar, somewhat like that. That's why they call it a jar rear. So it's not really a box, but it's like there are like slanted lines. Looking at the front, there are lots of H lines there. H on the headlight, and there's a big bar, horizontal bar of LED, horizontal bars of gray, and huge logo on the bonnet itself. And this area will actually open and close depending on what the car needs. And it also comes with full load of ADAS system, air curtains, some accent there in the lower lip. It is actually a huge vehicle. It looks big and boxy and macho. And the side view, it also looks beautiful too. You know what Hyundai does? They make cars look futuristic, and they try to make their own styling. So that's what people would appreciate more, instead of having designs that are just similar with everyone. Hyundai really likes to have a design that stands out. Tire size 255/45 R20s, and as you can see in the wheel well, it is well insulated. Very well insulated here. Also black claddings. A sensor here on the side means it has park assist. Santa Fe accent there with some lines. It makes it even more strong. The side mirror has a 360 camera, blind spot warning, fully powered. And the key fob, actually I have it here. It looks like this. That's a Hyundai. Very light. It looks heavy, but it looks light. It also looks like the soap that will remove the smell of the fishy smell that you can buy in like Japanese store. As you can see, this one is the remote engine start. That's how easy it is. You can also turn it off that way. You can also hold the rear button and it will open the trunk as well. There you go. See, very generous amount of space here at the back. Oh, there's a matting. I'm not 100% sure if this matting comes with the car or it could be an option or an accessory coming from the dealership. The tonneau is hidden there. 12-volt charge option, Type C, air vents, Type C, the blower control, the second row. Wow. And then, wow, that is why this car is actually popular to those people who want to do car camping, because look how much space you can get. You can also fit something like a mattress or something, so you can do your car camping. But what you see here are very much similar to the Sorento. And in Korea, the Santa Fe is not selling that much as compared with Sorento. So Kia actually caught up with the sales, because I think people are more into like the sporty look of Kia. And I can also fully understand that. And all variants will come with sunroof. This roof rail, I think this is usable. Unless you see a sticker here that it is just for ornament, it is usable. A shark's fin antenna as well. Top mount brake light, and the wiper is well hidden under there. because some people really hate to see it here. It says Santa Fe in a very, very big, nice font. There's a spare wheel. It's a fuzzy material here. It's a good finishing, just like a premium model. The exhaust, we have one fog lamp and the reverse lamp. What do you think about this end here? Like, it does look like it's supposed to be like a sedan when you look from it, when you're like following the car. And then also then there's a like a camper cover, just to really make it an SUV. Anyway, it is a good car nevertheless. A place for you to like fit your key so that you can take out the cover, and the keyhole must be there. Just like the Kia Sorento, it has light here and the buttons. It's not the sensor type, so you really have to touch or press the button. And yeah, the sound of the door is very premium. The door looks expensive and also tough. See this kind of design, very big. Everything's bold and big. The buttons, they look quite basic, but they have a nice blue color when you cover them. Very good leather also here. This reflector, the speaker, the H. This is the front face that you see in front. Santa Fe. This one being the basic or the entry level, it still comes with leather, but it's not Nappa leather. You only get Nappa leather for the top spec, which is the calligraphy. What you get here is lumbar support and power adjustment. And if I'm not mistaken, it also doesn't have memory seats. And it also doesn't have ventilated seat. It even doesn't have heated seat. So considering the price, it will directly compete with the Sorento. And if we talk about which model came first, the Sorento came first, and then this one came out. And then now Sorento has an updated one. But in amenity-wise, I would still say that the Sorento did well. Like if you were going to talk about a 4x2 variant such as this. But this is like what the Sorento doesn't have. Ambient lights, that also is in the shape of H. Because Kia cannot have a Kia-shaped ambient light, right? The screen right here, the curved, it looks it looks one screen, but it's actually two. This is for fingerprint recognition that will hopefully soon be applied for the Philippines as well. And the steering wheel is tilt and telescopic in manual mode. That's what you see. And when you start the vehicle, that's what happens. What you would normally see in Kia Sorento or Carnival, you will also see it here. See? Then the refresh rate is actually quite fast. Let's see the 360 camera. You can turn, and it's fairly smooth. And it's not really dark, it's not also that bright here right now, but I believe the quality is somewhat acceptable. The steering wheel, now this is where everyone thinks that it came from Land Rover. Oh, that animation is really cool because there's actually no screen here, but it made it seem like it's like connected, so that's a very good way of doing it. And I like this sticker, it says made in Korea. So Hyundai Mobis, that's the parts, leg or arm of Hyundai Motors. Full ADAS system, audio system. If you're familiar with Kia and Hyundai ecosystem, these are very common to us. But to see an adaptive one, it's not every day you see it, but at least they didn't remove this from this entry variant. Automatic lighting, rain sensing window wiper. Even the vents, they look like the front, the H. I like the cushion of the leather and the horn. The horn is also very European. Now this is the transmission or gear selector, shift by wire, and like that's how you do it. You don't do it like a turn signal. You have to turn this end. 8-speed automatic transmission for this entry model and also the middle. Then the calligraphy gets 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Paddle shifters that will just make everything more enjoyable too. And now we cannot probably have a manual mode if everything's just here. So there's no choice but to have a paddle shifter instead of like having a Steptronic style where you had the gear plus and minus. Now we have to use that. I tried turning the steering. It's really soft, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. So if I get the chance to drive it, then I'll be like trying out the drive mode and see if that makes a difference. I was in Korea when we had the event. The push start button is here. Compartment, another compartment, another compartment. If you get to higher trims, this area will actually be somewhat a UV sterilizing storage, which is more and more becoming common. And as you go even higher variants, you will also have heads-up display and also ventilated seats. But for the entry and the middle, you will not get. And AC controls, the buttons are really, they were just carried over from the previous ones. This one is also somewhat new but somewhat old also. I don't know if you like this kind of touch type. Before, all these were buttons, but now they are in touch. But it does look good here, especially here. Land Rover, Jaguar, they do this as well. So since the Land Rover things happening here, it is actually a good thing to follow expensive brands. 12 volt here, more storage here, one charge pad instead of two. It would be nicer if we had two because we already have it here anyway. Type C charge, 360 sensor downhill assist, and thank God we have volume dial. And this screen right here, when you change the drive mode, so they do change: Sport, My Drive, Eco, Normal, Sport. So if we start the vehicle again, let's see. Right now it's Sport, and if I put it to Eco, yeah, it becomes lighter. These are electronic steering wheel, so it does affect the weight of the steering wheel. So there, D and R, so many things happening there. Then left and right, those are the best. Really, those are the best features in my opinion. Cup holders, center cubby, really big, it's huge, it's deep. You can even go under this thing. So a lot of things you can store. There's also light, but it's not a cool box. What's nice is just like a Land Cruiser, you can do it front and back. But I think Land Cruiser can also do side to side. And these are the like one of the rarest moments that you don't see a button here just to control the passenger side. Sunroof for all the variants. The lights are touch sensitive as well. But what we like is that the sun visor extends, and that's very important for me. And LED as well. Auto dimming room mirror. Lots of space here. The sound system, we can try something. We can just try FM. The sound is good as well. Suede material in all. So what other reviewers saying, like they saying like this is like so hard to maintain, because like if something like that happens, everybody wants to put it the other way. Now let's go to the rear. The second row, shades, lots of leather, 2 cup holders. So this car really has a lot of cup holders as well. Even here for your grocery bags. Oh, very expensive feel. There's a storage here, just press that, it comes out that way. Charge ports and reading lights with another sunroof. That just makes everyone feel at home. More airbags here. Now this seat is similar with what you find in Sorento, so that's how you do it. And then the third row and the air vents. And okay, I got to the third row by holding on to this. Make sure to remember that there's a groove here so you can pull yourself up. Then, so me holding my camera, I cannot do it. I cannot bring it here. Yeah, I can do that, but I cannot slide it. So right now it's not pushed all the way. As you can see, the space is not so spacious right now. So just like all 7-seater, the rear too is not the best place to stay, but at least we have good air vents, big air vent, and good charge port, and 2 cup holder each. But I wish we had a blind here. As you can see, this one looks so good and luxurious. There's also a sunroof. Yeah, Kajuk Black MX-5. So yep, that's how much you can recline. And yes, if it's this much, I think I can survive a bit longer. But if I'm with somebody else, I think it's also okay because it's a bit spacious, somewhat wide. But people, you know, will always complain about this one, and I cannot even justify like how is it enough for 2 people here at the back. But yeah, it's like that. So going down, it's also easy. Just get down like that. But another challenge is putting the car back like that and like that. So if I had this much, then I would have really good space, but it becomes really tight in there. And the sound is good. So when you talk about the third row, you know, it's not for everyone, so I'm not gonna dig deeper to that. But what I noticed is, I hope, like I was thinking that the roof line or the ceiling line is quite high, but you know, I bumped my head here. So I think that's one thing that you might want to consider. Like, I don't know why I bumped it, but it feels like a very tall vehicle, but actually the entrance for the head, it's not. So you might really bump your head here because the car looks big. The price for this Santa Fe, there are 3 variants. The 2-wheel drive, which is this one, 2,410,000, and the 4-wheel drive, the mid variant, 2,540,000. So I would rather get this one over the basic one. Then you get to the calligraphy, which is 3,100,000. So that's a big leap. But like if you want the more amenities, I guess you should shell out more money. But I think the money you pay for the calligraphy is really the different powertrain and also additional amenities that I have yet to see. So if you need a faster Santa Fe, better get the calligraphy. But if you are just for the looks and you need a 7-seater that looks premium, that has good warranty, good history, you might opt to get the GLS, which is 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. This is a GDI, gasoline direct injection. It has a 2.5 liter SmartStream 2.5, mated to 8-speed automatic transmission, 194 PS and 246, which as compared with the calligraphy, which is 281 horsepower and 422, like if I had the money, I would go for the calligraphy if you need more power like this. So that's the rear. It's not blinking, it's just blinking because I put to 60 frame for my video. Oh, halogen light. Then let's go to the front. The side repeater is really bright. And as we come forward, so that's how your Santa Fe would look like with the lights on. Very straightforward kind of design. Looks really macho and great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do contact the person in the video for your Hyundai purchase. Very, very professional and very, very quick. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. May your dreams come true. Bye.